Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is something that I'm going to start trying to do more of like a video journal of trades that I've done in my journey to be a profitable trader. Today, I'm going to be reviewing some of the trades that I did last night on the 23rd. Looking here, this is from the 23rd at about 7:40ish my time. I'm in Texas, so I'm in Central Time. So an hour behind New York Open and all that good stuff. But just looking at the charts here, if we go to a 30-minute chart, we can kind of see that obviously we opened up with this big old gap the other day. But looking at the charts from yesterday, we were seeing big uptrend and then a pullback down to the daily EMAs. So going down to the 2-minute, which is what I like to trade off of, to execute trades on. We're looking at the RSI down below here, as well as the EMAs and everything. So this is our indicator that we've created to kind of go along with the strat. So we've got the key levels here. So we've got key level here, key level here. We're on the daily EMA, kind of dipped below it before, went above, and now we're kind of dipping below and coming back up. We don't usually trade inside the daily EMA. So you see we're in the daily zone right now. I do end up taking a trade here soon after. It was profitable, but this is on micros, so it's not, a ton. Just trying to get a good handle on everything. I also like to watch these flags here. So you kind of see this flag that's forming here along with everything. A lot of times when it touches this daily EMA, we'll start going back up. So that's kind of what I was watching there. And I believe this next candle, so this next candle is where I actually took a trade. I took one, let me get this here, I took a trade right here and kind of watched that, go up. I was immediately in profit, which is nice. I waited a couple more candles. I was kind of looking at it and I was liking how it broke the structure here, this bull flag going up. I like how this right here was a higher low, and we're targeting this area or this area right here, so I'm already kind of close to it. The better trade would have been down here, but that is in the daily EMA and it was right after open. I usually try to wait for these opening candles to go away. You can see there was a little bit of a gap there as well. So we're kind of watching this bull flag go up, and then I take another trade as this is kind of dipping down. It's sort of like another little bull flag, kind of. It's not a huge one, but I did kind of consider that more of a breakout flag there. So took another trade on there. I wasn't super happy with the way that this one played out. Again, in this daily EMA here, so this daily range, we're looking at right here. We really should not be trading inside of this area at all. It's usually super choppy. It's not very great. But, I was being a little risky, a little frisky there. So we took that trade anyways. Ended up playing out pretty well. I'm going to put this up to 5 times and we'll play it. So yeah, we're just kind of watching it. It was a good trade. You see it broke out and it continued on up. It hit our price target right here. The next one would have been up here to kind of hit that next swing high. We ended up not actually hitting that. And you could even watch this bull flag right here that's forming. Kind of watch it play out. But even though it broke out there, you see that immediate dip down. So I got out right there. So that was both of them that I got out of. So one here, one here. So that was my only trade on NQ all night long. So it was a good little profit right there. I think it was, let me see, it was about 100 and something bucks. It was $66.50 for one trade and $43 for the other trade. So this one right here was the 66, this one was the 40. So you're looking at 120, 115ish right there. But that'll take us over to our GC trade, which let me swap over to GC. All right, so we're back here. We're on gold now. Taking a look at the trades that I made here. Looking at gold over the past few weeks, it's just been skyrocketing. So you see it kind of dips down, comes up. This is our high that we make right here. And then in the session that we played last night, you see it dipped down. So I was kind of waiting for, this is the day before, this is 2 days ago. Open is going to be like right here. The next candle that we're looking at is the 6 p.m. open. So just looking at this, we see a downtrend, and then the next day it was again just a downtrend straight to those daily EMAs. So again, we don't trade in this area, as you can see by the indicator here. We're daily zone. We don't trade the daily zone. But taking a look at this next candle, we see a huge push up off of that daily EMA, which kind of made me think, we were going to see a bounce here. It was about time for a pullback. Taking a look at the rest of this, so you see a lot of times it'll come up, come back down, and either bounce here, or it's going to keep going down, possibly bounce, or flip over and go down. We've been seeing a lot of uptrend on gold lately, so I was expecting kind of like a little uptrend here, but this was the pullback that I was looking for specifically. These ones are nice, and it would have made you quite a bit of profit. Looking at 170 points right there, which is crazy over 2 days. I was taking a look at this. I liked the bounce that it got here. I don't have the RSI on here. Let me grab that for you. I trade kind of off and on with the RSI. I like to use the Luxalgo one, but looking at it, you can kind of see where we're headed here. We're oversold now, so I was expecting an uptrend here, and then I usually have my own indicator that I made. Kind of tells me the RSI status, so I don't really ever use the actual RSI. This is the 30-minute candle. See where I actually took a trade here. Again, I like to execute on the 2-minute, so pull that up here. So here we see open, and I was watching this right here, watching that rise up, kind of getting a little bit of FOMO. And I kind of gave in to that FOMO whenever we hit. There's a candle coming up that we hit up here. This one right here. So I saw this kind of cross over this EMA line, which I think is our 30-minute EMA. And I was thinking, I might see a little pullback, but I was impatient. Went ahead and put on a trade pretty much right at the top of this move. And then we saw it pretty much immediately reverse on me, start going back down. So a few candles later, I was watching this. I was hoping that we would kind of get like a little bear flag breakout right here, kind of go up, come down, touch this chart EMA, which is going to be the 2-minute EMA. Oftentimes it likes to kind of trail that line, but we see it come down and we hit past that EMA. Right about here is where I got out. So right about right there is where you see me get out. So that was a loss of $420. So I was already down on the night. I took a minute, kind of walked away. I thought I had actually walked away longer, but I guess I didn't, because I got in pretty soon after this. I was watching the EMAs kind of try to cross here. And what I see a lot of times is that blue EMA will come down and touch that red one and then immediately bounce off and just skyrocket, which is kind of what we ended up seeing. So I was just watching these candles, getting close on the EMA there. This candle right here was kind of an indicator that we've got some support along this line here, and a possible bounce could be happening, which we did eventually. It was kind of a slow start. I saw that candle. I didn't like the rejection there, so I was going to wait for another candle. Again, we see some more rejection. Then we see a good green candle. Thought, screw it, I'll go ahead and get in. So I got in there. It was a nice little pullback after this. Kind of looking at this chart, if you really want it, kind of. So if you consider that the pull, which that's a strange pull, but some pulls are bent. And then I put my stop loss about 300. I think I put it at the low of that. About right there is where I put my stop loss. Given a little bit of breathe room, that would have been quite more than 300, I believe. Let me see how much that would be. So we're looking at, about 345, $347. I had to go, so I ended up just leaving this on. And we see never hit my stop loss, just kept going up, which is really nice. Let me see, when did I get out of here? I did end up getting out not super soon. I think right here on that pullback, right there is where I got out. I was kind of waiting for this move, and I got a good, where's my in over here? I can't see it. I got in right here. So a good move to about right here, 1,100 bucks. Perfect. Got me up to 780 in profits there. So let me put my account here. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so we got in down here, kind of let it ride. If it would have come down and stopped me, I think once it reached up to here, I did end up putting my stop loss to break even, letting that ride. Wasn't necessarily strat that we follow, but after this huge jump up at open, I didn't really see it going down. If it had dropped somewhere around here, then I could have seen it, you know, going down, maybe testing this level and bouncing up. But considering this move right here, we were trending upwards after quite a couple of days of trending downwards. You see this going down. This is looking like either it's going to be a bear flag, or it's just going to keep trending up, which it did trend up quite a bit. If I had stayed in, I could have made a lot more, but I was okay with the 700 and almost 800 that I made. I think it was 790 something. And then this ended up being the top of the move. Continued on down, back down into strat, and I think it bounced in our strat zone a little bit after that. Let me get off of this exit replay mode. Yeah, so it ended up coming down into our zone, kind of chopping about all night, and the New York session saw it drop and then just slowly rise up. So in my opinion, we may be seeing some more upward momentum here on open, and you see our indicator gives us a target as well, which happens to be this previous high. Thanks for watching. If you're curious about the indicator here, we do have a Discord that I learned from. Santana Trades is the one who taught me how to day trade. I'm still on my journey to be profitable. I've been on it for about a year, so it has been super profitable yet, but we're getting there. But I'll leave the links down in the description for how to get into the Discord. If you want the indicator, if you want to learn how to trade, Santana does a live stream on TikTok pretty much every night where he teaches anyone who comes in, you know, the strategy they would follow. And then all this indicator is what our strategy is. So you see, we follow EMAs, daily EMAs. We get our, you know, daily bias and everything. And then this is kind of the zone we're looking for whenever we trade. But yeah, that'll be it. Please like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, all the YouTuber stuff. You know, just try to start this journey, a little bit of a video journal on how I trade. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them down in the comments as well. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.